So, what are we trying to do today?
We are going to eat Sate Klathak.
Which
that is goat satay. And it doesn't come with a peanut sauce like you would get usually when you get your beef or your chicken satay at home. It's a little bit different.
It's goaty.
It is.
And it's really good. We've eaten here once before, and it's unique enough we thought we'd come back because not everyone eats goat, but we found that between being here and in India, you eat an awful lot of goat. So let's go see what they have to say for themselves. There it is. So this is where all the magic happens. And we're gonna step up and we're gonna order some. Do you want to do the ordering and I'll do the camera guy? So Laurel's gonna work her ordering magic because by now she speaks fluent Indonesian.
Yeah, I really don't.
Let's see what we got.
Sate Klathak Mbah. Okay. And
Satay Mbah Sukarjo.
Sate Klathak Mbah Sukarjo.
And one tongseng.
Tongseng. Spicy or no?
Spicy, please.
Okay, tongseng spicy
And
one.
I think this is what we had. Saruni,
Seruni.
2 ice.
Seruni 2 ice.
Yes.
And we had some rice before too.
Oh,
you know?
and rice.
Rice one or two?
Just one. It's probably fine.
Just one? Okay. Point your order.
Very nice.
Good. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, let's grab a seat. Let's grab one down here. Let's quiet her off the street. We're in, now how do you pronounce it? I've always pronounced it wrong. Yogyakarta?
No.
Okay.
Jogja
Jogja.
is what it gets called here. It's spelled Yogyakarta, and I think it's the second biggest city after Jakarta in Indonesia, but the locals call it Jogja. So
Right.
it's J's instead of Y's, even though it's spelled with Y's. Jogja.
Phonics lesson. So the interesting thing here, the difference between being here and being in Bali, is that in Bali it's really quite common to get satay pork and everything. But as you may have noticed, the plethora of headgear here, that it's this is a pretty strict Muslim country. So I haven't seen beer on a menu anywhere since I've been here.
Okay, that being said, there are places that serve alcohol. It's not that alcohol is prohibited. I imagine there are rules
But
about who does, but it
yeah,
just isn't a normal thing in Bali.
It's on all the menus.
It's
Yeah.
everywhere. Maybe that's for the tourists. I'm not really sure.
But where I was going with that is that instead of pork, they eat an awful lot of beef and, yes, goat.
Chicken and eggs.
And
of
yes,
course.
yeah. Which came first? And the cool thing about goat is, well, when we were living in India, we got really developed a taste for it because it's an excellent, nice lean meat, and it tastes really good. But a lot of people,
As long as it's not gamey.
yeah, a lot of people in North America and, well, I guess Europe is probably a little bit more prevalent, but it's just, you just don't see it on a lot of menus, and it's, people go goat, hey, never eat a goat, but
Except in the Caribbean.
in the Caribbean,
A lot of
fine.
goat there because it's small
Talk about
small
that.
islands. It's easy to keep goats. It's not like cattle. Geese take up too much space.
And boy, do they breed in a hurry.
Our drinks are here.
Huh. Hey,
Seruni.
thank you. This is delicious. Thank you.
So
This is what?
this is seruni, and I believe that it is lime and lemongrass
Yeah,
and tea, and it's iced.
it's really good.
And it's just super yummy. There's a bit of gingering thing in there as well, either ginger or galangal, I'm not sure which. I wanted to correct something that you said earlier though.
They corrected.
Well, not correct. Reframe.
Okay.
Because I know that you know that Bali is also in Indonesia, and you said this is a strict Muslim country. And
Right.
while technically Indonesia, the whole of Indonesia that's made up of a bunch of little islands, is Muslim, there are plenty of non-Muslims in different parts. And the island of Java that we're on now is predominantly Muslim, but Bali is predominantly Hindu and Buddhist. So even though it's all one country and the country is technically Muslim, really where you are makes a difference in terms of what's on the menu.
You're here. I'm going to go see what they're cooking. It's got the flame on. They do this over charcoal, which is really nice. Yeah.
That's the magic.
Goat has been spotted.
Excellent.
And you're in the stew too, right?
Yep.
Great. Thank you.
So this is the goat with ketchup mayonnaise called bamboo ketchup, and so it's a bit sort of smoky, sweet, and umami-y. This is a sauce that I believe for that, and they say it's like a curry sauce, but it doesn't really take
Very mild.
particularly curry-y to us, and it's not spicy at all. And this is the klathak, which is the kid goat. And it doesn't have the ketchup mayonnaise on it, the sauce, which is like molasses. The tongseng that we ordered, which I think is coming next, is kind of like a soup or a stew, and it has tamarind and all sorts of ketchup mayonnaise, I think, in it, all sorts of things with the goat. Sometimes it has coconut milk, but I don't think this version does. It has like garlic and
Well, it was
ginger.
advertising the menu was how to get
No, it doesn't.
Oh, okay. I
No,
was
you
wrong.
heard
I
from
heard
the
that-
tattoo
yeah.
artist that it has coconut
Right.
milk, and
That's an excitedly
sometimes,
great one.
sometimes it does come with coconut milk, but I'm pretty sure this version does not. It didn't taste anything like coconut to me.
Very nice. So this is our stew, which does not have coconut milk in it.
That's right. So it's got tamarind in it, which is the brown color there. It's got some cabbage and some tomato in it, and it's quite lovely. And this one's bigger than the last one.
It is, yeah. They didn't skimp out there this
No.
time.
Okay, I'm going to start with the kid goat. And I'm going to go in on a little swish there. It's got that, when something comes off the grill and the edges have that
That-
almost burnt kind of
Char?
yummy thing,
Mm.
the char, the meat juices. It's really good. Goat can be gamey. This is not. This is beautiful.
And so you just dip it in a little bit of this sauce here.
Well, I'm going to actually
Oh.
pull it off. Skewer. Apparently here, these skewers are often made of bicycle spokes. Yes, it is. See that?
Yeah.
That's a bicycle spoke.
It is too.
And that is a part for the goat ones, apparently,
because it cooks it better all the way through,
than
right?
bamboo, right?
Conducts the heat.
We're trying to figure out what this sauce is. At first we were wondering if it was this
Saffron.
soup or something. The color makes you think it's curry or saffron. It doesn't taste like any of this. In fact, it tastes like shrimp. I was trying to figure out before what it tastes like, and it tastes to me like shrimp or prawns. I don't get it, but it's good. It's really good.
All right, well, I'm going to try a bit of this stew. Put some on the rice. And this broth is that's just got acres of flavor. That's really, really good. Salty, a little bit sour, some garlic. Man, that is good. Mm-mm. And then the meat. Well, I get the lemongrass in there too. Mm. Really good. If you haven't had goat, seek it out, because I know there's a lot of Caribbean places have it. Sometimes some Indian places will have it.
Although sometimes the Indian places refer to it as mutton,
Yes,
even though mutton actually means sheep.
English is funny,
It is.
but this is delicious. And I'm going to not bore you with my chewing. You know, the downside with a lot of the restaurants that we found in Indonesia or Bali is that there doesn't really seem to be a big emphasis on vegetables. In fact, we've been really challenged to try to find vegetables as a side dish. Like if you were going to a Chinese restaurant, you'd get a vegetable dish, maybe rice and some sort of protein thing. But here, I'll show you what passes for the vegetable course. That's pretty much the extent of the vegetable here for the meal. And by gosh, there's a little bit of cabbage in there as well. And it's not generally how we like to eat, but when in Rome.
Yes. There are some dishes, if you get adobado or if you get nasi pisel, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, P-E-C-E-L, that has vegetables. But again, it's like Still, the emphasis is on the peanut sauce or the tofu that comes with it, not as much on the vegetables. So, yeah, when in Rome, you do what you can do here.
Okay,
right?
now this one is got some a marinade of what's called ketchup manis, which is
Sweet, and it tastes a lot like molasses.
yeah. In fact, in some places, I think it's been straight molasses, but. So is it yummy?
Yeah. So it reminds me a bit of veering in the direction of barbecue sauce because of how sweet.
It's really, really noisy in here.
Yeah, it is.
We're right out by the street, and traffic goes by like nobody's business, and it's really, really loud. So we apologize if the audio is not fantastic for this. Are you enjoying that? Is it good?
I am.
Yeah, I am. No, I am. It's chicken. Let's go. You know, I should also point out that this is a bit of a splurge comparatively,
Yes, that's
relatively, because we've had a lot of meals in those little mom and pop run places here that if we've spent 40 or 50,000 rupiah between the two of us for an entire meal and drinks, that would be a bit of a stretch. This is probably going to be close to 200,000, 170, 180 kind of thing before we're done.
So that is not expensive by home standards. That's
No.
how much?
$15.
Okay. But if you've had a meal yesterday, say, that costs you $5 for the two of you, then it seems like an awful lot, right? So it's all relative. Now,
Yes.
Bali was much more expensive.
Yes.
Jogja's absolutely cheaper than Bali. And so that's been kind of nice. But this is a
But you
splurge.
know,
and it's
when you've
worth
been here for a while, and you go, what, an extra 3,000 rupiah? I'm not paying that.
it. Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
worth it because the goat is kind of awesome.
Goat kind of rocks the world here, so special treat for us. And just like that, we're down to the last piece of goat. Sadly, the goat did not stand a chance, but we did a really pretty good job, I think.
We did.
It goes by pretty quick because it's so yummy, it doesn't stay on the plate for very well. Most tender meat in the world? Not in this case.
I don't think
Certainly.
it ever is, but
Well, if you cook it slow,
Yeah.
but this is cooked fast. With delicious sauces and it's really a treat. The overarching thing here is do not fear the goat, no matter what your pastor has told you. The goat is a thing to be enjoyed. So,
to goats.
the goat. How was it? Not bad.
Oh,
So how much do we owe?
Wait, it's there. Sate Klathak once, bumbu kecap once, tongseng one, rice two.
nope, rice was one.
Oh, rice is one. Okay, I'm
Rice
sorry.
is one.
Drinks are two.
We're one with the rice.
Saruni, two.
Wait,
157,000.
More like 12 bucks.
Yeah. Just give me back 40 is fine. 40 is fine.
I'm sorry, thank you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Smile. Well, we're trying something pretty wacky here we haven't done before. We're in one of these weird little cabs.
It's a motorized pedicab, so instead of being a bicycle, it's a motorcycle on the back. And we're in the front, right? Like, if we get hit, one first doing it.
Have you ever seen a fly on a windshield? That would be pretty much us. So,
Yeah. Yeah, we don't worry about it.
right through the red light, because, you know, traffic lights and lines are a mere suggestion.
Yeah, I never quite understand how these work, I gotta say. But we're going in the right direction.
We are, this
Through a
much,
red.
this much I know. Dodging imminent death at every turn.
Actually, the traffic's not too bad
It's
right
really
now.
lights up.
We lucked out, right?
Yep. It's a lovely breeze. I think we have a diplomatic flag up here too. He's taking the piss out of us because we're telling him where to go.
Very funny.
There you go. The irony is this is probably about 2 or 3 times the price that a Grab would cost us, but there's a bit of novelty involved here. So
Yeah.
you know.
It is what it is. We're doing it once, you know. Okay. Okay. Very good.
Outstanding work. Well, we survived. We ate goat. We ate goat, and we took a pedicab, or actually a gas-powered cab.
Yep.
And now we're going to go lock ourselves up in our little ant-ridden motel room until the morning, and then go do it all over again.